well, hello from my mother's basement, apparently. How are all of you? Links and info and everything you need to know is in the description of this video. And your comments have been gold, and I mean that. The brilliant, the funny. I am pinpointing mostly the bad stuff here, but there's a couple in here that are brilliant, and thank you. And I'm going to say this publicly, thank you all for the new subscribers, all the people here. I mean that. Thank you so much. But let's read some salty and very funny comments. And some brilliant comments too. So, I play one of the orcs in Rob. Non-speaking role. Lord of the Rings fans don't know that this series is going to set the bar for the fantasy genre and the film genre in general. In fact, after the first 30 minutes of the first episode, Tolkien himself would bow to Banzos and surrender the rights to all of his work to Amazon. After the first episode, all you naysayers are going to delete your social media accounts out of shame and create new ones where you'll sing the praise to the show. Above, God, above. Broken English, so I don't think you were. This has the same vibe as my dad's friend's great uncle's second cousin's hairdresser works for Nintendo. We all knew that kid. You are that kid. And also, if you're an extra, as someone who has done extra work on television and in film, you don't know what's going on. You just show up. That's literally it. You just show up and you don't know a thing. And you're probably not going to see it until it's finished because you're very low on the register. But seriously, maybe sort out spelling and grammar and other things here, but also this is one of those things that just didn't happen. Now a positive. My daughter runs in very woke circles, and while she disagrees with the argument, they counter they have an obligation to support Robs or Pobs because it has black actors and female leads. This generation of kids were so badly brainwashed they will ruin everything. This is true, and I've seen this argument with a lot of things. You have to support it because of this. Even if it's terrible, you have to support it. And I think this is just genuinely quite a sad statement. And if just because something has representation, diversity, doesn't mean it's good. Just putting that out there. And if you feel obligated to support something because of it, maybe you need to check yourself. We have a really good comment. This was on one of my older videos where I talk about people only reading YA novels. And I'm not going to read out the whole thing. You can see it for yourself, but I'm going to pick up some points here that I think are brilliant. YA are generally not as difficult to follow, so it doesn't make their tiny brains get more energy to keep up. Okay. 3. YA is safe. These people do not want to be challenged by books. They definitely don't want to encounter anything problematic content that might make them uncomfortable and make them think about bigger issues than themselves. They are adults, and these adults are destroying YA for teens as it's written because they're asking for more adult-level content in YA books is ridiculous. Just read a grown-up book. If you want adult themes and content, which you don't actually want because anytime you come across these adult themes in books, you label it as misogynist, transphobic, homophobic, insert phobia, or its generalization here, thank you for your great video. This is true. This is why I never really understand adults who... I've seen people like, I wish there was more adult content in YA, like, read adult books. It's not difficult. But maybe it is difficult for you, because the general populace of YA readers really isn't the best people. It's pretty telling about someone's personality when they go out of their way to go to one platform to find something, and then post it on another just to hate on it. Just don't watch it then. Spare everyone your stupid opinions. Maybe you should spare everyone your stupid comment. And also, do you not know how the internet works? Like, this is just funny. This was on a post I did on the community feed, and my god, the salt here is funny. Like I said, maybe if you don't like it, keep scrolling. You don't have to waste your time and energy leaving a comment. So this one was funny, and I'm not going to bother reading them out, but these two comments were left 327 times by the time I found them and deleted them all, because they all basically, outside of the first few, got flagged as spam. Literally the same comment, these same two, just copy and pasted. I find it interesting, and also bots are not really welcome here. And this one again. A bunch of ists are not going to do anything. Rings of Power is going to be the best. Considering I've not talked about that in the video you're talking about, and considering just the sheer attitude and the fact that you left that comment 13 times, you're either a bot or you have no life. Tolkien fans are a clown show. They hated the movies until they love them. Now this, but we need to hate woke because that's where woke is bad. More clown show. Makes sense. Also, no one hated the movies. Like, I will say this, as a fan of the films, and the films are what got me into them, there is a massive difference. They were direct adaptations of the work. They weren't just, let's swap everyone's backstory and tell a story that Tolkien never created, but he did write it, and it's firmly available in several books that Amazon don't have the rights to. You are the clown show, dude. This isn't true at all, lol. I know 3 people personally who are at the NYC screening who were invited. Just because people are liking something you guys so desperately want to hate doesn't mean they're paid to say so. Or you're gonna watch anyway, so what is the point? Laugh out loud. You guys are just pissed off, it's getting good reviews and it isn't what you wanted or expected. You're all gonna look like dumb over the next week, lol. Again, this is becoming the proverbial my friend's uncle works for Nintendo crap that we all knew that kid who lied in school. The problem is, how do you know? Just because you've got friends that have seen it, how do you know? But also, on the sake of the comments and the tweets, there is obviously some bots here because these tweets are identical. We're not talking like different wording, different anything. They are word for word, verbatim identical. I'm seeing it in my comments as well. These accounts have existed probably only a few weeks or months. They have tweeted nothing, and then all of a sudden they're tweeting this. I'm the only one who thinks that's a little suspicious. Just saying. This guy seems arrogant. Maybe it will suck. Probably it will suck. But if some people like it, they aren't stupid or thick. Movies are never as good as the books, and the new stuff doesn't change anything in the books. While actually I do agree with you, I am an arrogant prick, and I'm self-confessed arrogance here, because I do know what I'm talking about, unlike you. And I would like to say I was using, sarcasm does not translate well on the internet, but there is a certain level of stupidity to people. They're not adapting any book. They're literally not adapting anything. They've just taken a very basic plot point from the appendices and they've written their own story around it. That's it. There's no adaptation here. It's not even really Tolkien's story they're adapting at this point, and it's kind of sad. But, you know, you obviously didn't understand that. Lols, Amazon doesn't give a about you neckbeards are in the minority. A bunch of angry virgins living in your mom's basement. The vast majority of people will enjoy this series. Have you seen the ratio? But also, I don't live in my mother's basement. She lives in mine, where I keep the lotion in a basket in the basement. I mean, like, these comments are obviously designed to get a reaction, and it's funny at this point, but I just can't be bothered with these morons. I just can't.